Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining. My name is Ivan, and today I'll be showing you our platform for crypto payments called Dira. I'll be doing a quick walkthrough of the features that this platform has. For those of you that do not know, Dira is a platform for crypto payments that compensates the commerces and businesses that use our system on their local currency, allowing them to take payments on Bitcoin or Ethereum or Solana without the fear of volatility, and eliminating all the overhead that comes with handling crypto by just being compensated on their local currency, whether it's euros or dollars or Colombian pesos or any currency that they would like to receive. So I'm gonna go ahead and start logging in. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plug in username and password for a demo user that we have. So I'm gonna go ahead and copy and paste that information to here so that we can log in and start watching what you can do within Dira. If for any reason you do not have an account yet, you can always use this little link down here that says click here to create an account. Once you click on that, we're going to collect some basic personal information from you. Basically, what is your name, what country are you from, what city are you in, what type of industry do you serve, what is the name of your company, email address, password. That information will be verified by our team, and then you'll receive an email so that you can start using your Dira account. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in now. What the system is gonna do is it's going to provide me with a OTP code. That's a one-time password. We do this for verification to make sure that you are the rightful owner of this account. So what the system is gonna do is going to send a code via email or text message, depending if that is enabled for you. With that code, you will be able to just plug it onto here and access the platform. So I'm gonna go ahead and check on my email for these particular users. I should have a new code. Those codes are good for 5 minutes. If your code does expire, you can always request one more, but they're good for 5 minutes. There's a time counter here that is telling you how much time you have left before you need to get a new code. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. I'm gonna click on verify, and the system should be let me access the platform. So the first thing that I'm gonna do when I log in is I'm gonna be placed on the dashboard page. This dashboard has particular information that has to do with my business and the performance that we've been having. This is gonna show you the different transactions that you have received on different currencies, the ones that you have enabled. So this is a demo account, reason why there's no line on this graph, but it's gonna show you how the sales have performed, whether it's for the past months or weeks or days. And then it's gonna give you the current price of the cryptocurrencies that you have enabled for this particular account. We only have BTC, Bitcoin enabled. It's going to show you the account balance that you have available for withdrawal. That's the money that you have received based on the transactions that have been performed within the platform. It is going to tell you how much transactions you've done so far, what is the average invoice price that you have processed, and then what are your top sales accounts, what are the accounts that are selling the most, whether you're selling the most in Colombian pesos or US dollars or euros. All of that information will be here. On the left hand side, I do have some options that I can use. One is the account, which is where I'm going to be able to see all the transactions that are happening within the platform. And under invoices, I'll be able to, as it explains itself, create some invoices and manage them. And then I'll be able to create payment buttons under the payment button option. One of the things that I want to show you is that for the customers of this particular company, we want to make sure that the experience is as familiar for them as it can be. Therefore, all the pages and different processes that the payment platform offers for them could be fully customized based on the company's branding and look and feel, so that it could be as transparent as it could be for the customers of this particular company. So I'm gonna move on to the upper right corner here, where I have an option called company data. Under company data, what the platform is showing me is all the pages that my customer, the customer of this company, it's going to be sent to, and what they're going to see, so that I can completely customize this page and make it look as familiar as possible. So from this drop-down menu, I have all the different pages that the customer could encounter depending on the status of the transaction and what they're doing. And then from the left-hand side, I can start modifying those pages to make it look according to the branding that my company has. So from here, I can start changing some logos. I can quickly go to my computer and change the logo. Notice that on the left-hand side, this is going to start showing me a preview of how this is going to look like. Then I can go and change, let's say, the background. I can pick a color from here, or if I want to be consistent with the coloring that I already have, the palette that I use on my website, I can always click on here and kind of pick, the color, the tone of green that I want to use, and I can start playing with this to make it look the way I want. I can change all the icons, the color of the background on the buttons, and different things. So let's say that for my success icon, I want to use some, purple maybe, and then I want to use the same purple for the background on my button. So I can come on here, move here, and pick that purple here, and then apply it to the button. And this way I can customize the invoice that people will see, so that it looks according to the branding of my company. I'm going to save my changes, and then we're going to start seeing the different invoices with this look and feel. So I'm going to move over to accounts. This is where I am going to start seeing all the different transactions that are happening within my business. The accounts could be created on different currencies based on customer needs. For this particular case, we have Colombian pesos, US dollars, we have accounts in euros, and then accounts of BTC. This particular customer wants to receive payment on those four different types of currencies. So that under the Colombian pesos account, as you can see, you have different transactions that already have a deduction for our fee. All of those transactions could be watched and reviewed on detail if you click on this movements icon that we have here on the right hand side. What the information that the platform is going to provide is the payer's name, contact information, the type of document that they use to authenticate themselves, and then what type of item did I sell based on the description, how much did they pay. We're automatically deducting our fee, and then if you need to collect taxes or do some other deductions, they can be also added on here, so that you can see all the movements, and the different accounts could be credited with those different amounts of money that you're taking out from the original amount paid. So let's say that you have 10% tax on that 10,000 COP payment that you're receiving. We will go ahead and take 1,000 and move it over to the taxes account, or whatever it is that you want to deduct. Data can take care of all the dispersion and make sure that from the accounting standpoint, everything matches and everything will be reported as it should be. Then it's going to show you the payment method, the different, the wallet that you use, the status of this invoice, whether it's approved or not. All the information for this particular transaction will be here, and they start being populated on the different accounts based on the settings that you have and the type of payments that you receive. Now, if you do have a website that has a shopping cart, you can create payment buttons via an API, so that you can start receiving payments for the different items that you're selling. So I'm going to move over here to payment buttons to show you that You can either create payment buttons, as I said, using our API, or you can create payment buttons manually that you can set up for different amounts of money, and you can share via email, or you can send a URL via social media, or you can embed it on your website. I'm going to show you how you do it manually. And then, as I said, you can always use our API to start creating payment buttons automatically as the different customers that you have are checking out on the shopping cart that you have on your website. So in order to create a payment button, you're going to click on this plus icon here. And what you're going to do is basically insert the type of payment button that you want to create by putting a description. On here, you're going to say, let's say that you are selling some shoes, right? So this is a test transaction and a shoes sale. I'm going to select the cryptocurrencies that I want to allow this particular payment button to be received. In this case, we only have BTC, but you can have Ethereum, Solana. It depends on how your account was created. So I'm going to select BTC here, and I am going to insert the price that I want to charge for those shoes, right? I'm going to charge $100 US, right? Notice that on here you can create or add discounts for this particular payment button that you're going to send out to a customer who's purchasing the items, and you can put a payment limit here as to when and what time they need to pay by, so that they can do so before these payment button expires. So I'm going to click on save, and automatically what the platform is going to do is it's going to provide me, as I said, with the URL for this payment button. I will be able to send it directly from here via email, right? And then it's going to provide me with the piece of code necessary to embed on my website or whatever I want, so that this payment button can be seen the way that is shown there, and then pay through the different cryptocurrencies that we have available. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this URL and show you here. Let me go here and put it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you what this invoice will look like when somebody clicks on it or receive it via email. Notice that all the customization that we made is already applied. This could be seen from a tablet, from a computer, as I'm doing right now. It could be seen on your phone, and this will give your customer the feeling that they are still within your website and everything is being taken care of there. This is, as I said, completely white label and customizable. So what I see on here is it's going to tell me the product description of what I'm buying based on what you put on when you created the payment button. The payment method will be cryptocurrency. It's going to tell me what cryptocurrency I can pay with. I can always select more if I have more enabled. In this case, it's only BTC. And then I'm going to start filling up my personal information. So it's going to ask me for some document and a document number that I can upload. It's going to ask for my name. Then it's going to ask for a phone number, and finally an email address, which I can type here. My personal email address. So on here, then I'm going to accept the terms and conditions. This is terms and conditions that we have for the transaction that we're about to perform, and then our privacy policy, because of course we're going to be handling your personal information. I click on next, and what the system, let me see, I have a space here. Okay. So I click on next, and what the system is going to do is it's going to take me to a page where I can see that I'm paying $100 for this pair of shoes. The current rate of BTC per US dollar is this one. That's what I'm being quoted on. Therefore, the amount of BTC that I need to pay is displayed on here, and then it's going to show the wallet and the reference for this transaction. Now, this QR code is also customizable, as well as the link, the icon that you have on there in the middle. And notice that for this demo purposes, we are quoting the Bitcoin price every 10 minutes. Notice that there's a counter down here that is showing time that is running out. Our recommendation is for this to be 30 seconds. NVIDIA has the capacity to update Bitcoin or crypto prices even less than that. But for this particular demo, we have it enabled at 10 minutes so that people can see the counter and everything and see how it works. There's also a button up top here that allows people to open this directly on their wallet. Imagine that you're doing this on your phone. Well, you have your phone in your hand, there's no way you can scan that barcode. So if you click on open your Bitcoin wallet, what this is going to do is it's going to prompt your phone to ask you which wallet you want to use. Let's say that you have, I don't know, Blue Moon wallet in your phone, you click Blue Moon wallet, and the system, the phone will automatically open your wallet and prompt you to make this payment for this particular amount of Bitcoin that you can send. Now, once you complete the transaction, if you're doing this from a website through our API, you will be redirected through to the commerce. If you're doing this with a payment button that you just received via email or whatever, then you will get a complete transaction message, and basically your transaction will be closed. Now, as the transactions are closed, again, if you go to accounts based on the different currencies that you have, you'll start seeing those payments on there, and you can review the movement by clicking on this attachment little eye icon here, so that you can see how the transaction went, what's the status, and how much the fee was for that particular transaction. Now, on payment buttons, also when you create the payment buttons manually, you're going to have a list here of the payment buttons that you have created and whether they're active or inactive based on the expiration date that you put. Again, you can create payment buttons today and then come here and share them later. You can create them in advance and then you can edit them, or if you're not going to use them, you can also delete them from here. Okay, there's a little icon here with a camera on it. This is a virtual tour that is kind of like a how-to on payment buttons that you can always review and check to make sure that you're doing everything as it's supposed to be. Now, under invoices, they're kind of like the same as payment buttons, but they have little differences as to when do they expire and how they're being used. The dynamic is the same. You have all your invoices listed here. You're seeing all the different statuses that they have, the payment method that you have allowed for them to be taken care of, and then the different actions as to whether for checkout means that if an invoice has not been paid yet, you can always click on checkout and send the URL for that invoice again. Or if it's expired or closed, you can see the details on the transactions, kind of like the movements that we saw under the accounts page. So in order to create an invoice, again, you're gonna click on the plus sign up on top. You're gonna put a description. This is a car sale that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna be getting paid in crypto for BTC. The amount for this particular car that I'm buying is $3,000. And then again, I can set expiration time and select an option when I want this to expire, and then click on save. When I do so, notice that there's a new invoice down here created for $3,000 for that particular vehicle that I'm selling. The status of that invoice is created. It's going to give me the creation date and time. And as I said, if I click on checkout, then this is going to show me the invoice again, where I can fill my information, scan the QR code, and pay. Now, if you've seen our video on Digital, which is our other project, you'll notice that when you create contracts on there that have obligations to pay, whether it's monthly or weekly or whatever, those obligations are being paid through Vita. So basically, once you have your contract and it's been signed and the obligations are created, what Digital is going to do is it's going to create an account just like you're seeing here with different multi-currencies depending on how you were set up at the beginning when you open that account in Digital. And then the system will automatically create invoices and send them out based on the contract settings to the person that are supposed to start getting paid. Start paying those obligations, and they can only they could be paid in crypto as well as credit card or debit card if that is enabled in your country, but that's a particular setting that works with the contracts that we have in Digital. As they are getting paid and those invoices start being taken care of, then you'll see under those accounts the different movements along with their fees and different deductions on this page for accounts, so that you can have a complete reconciliation of everything that you're doing under the contracts that you have in Digital, and all the distribution of emails notifications and payments is all automated through both platforms in this way. Lastly, back here up on top, there's also a profile page where you can always update your information. If something changes, you can reset your password, you can change your the profile picture and everything. You can do so from here, and then you can always log out once you're done and finish with whatever you're doing on the platform. I think that's all I have for today. I hope this presentation was informative and it allows you to see the value that the platform has. If you have any questions, you can always contact us at info@scrummers.com and we'll be able to assist you on a timely manner. Thank you.